Welcome to Bratislava, Slovakia. If you're just joining me on this adventure, I'm currently Eurailing around Europe. I started in Vienna a few days ago and hopped on my first train, which took me 1 hour east from Vienna to the city of Bratislava. Good afternoon and welcome to Bratislava. It's my first time in Slovakia, it's my first time in Bratislava. I'm super excited to explore, get to know the city a little bit. I don't have a ton of time here, but it's pretty small, I think, so we should be able to see quite a lot in 24 hours. I'm so excited. One of the things that I love and that always I found so romantic about the train travel and why one of the reasons that I love this so much is that we traveled for 1 hour and the language is different, the architecture is different. All the signs, of course, are now in Slovakian, so it's so cool. Let's get exploring. Bratislava is the capital of Slovakia and is located right on the western edge of the country, near the border with Austria. I didn't have much of an itinerary for my trip to Bratislava. I knew that the old town was quite compact and that I should be able to see a lot in 24 hours. My first stop in the old town was the oldest shop in the city. It's known for having lots of local foods and drinks, as well as some souvenirs, and it also has a small and free museum to check out with old cash registers, scales, and other quite random things. While I was there, I bought a traditional Bratislava rožok, which is a U-shaped pastry that you could have either filled with poppy seeds or nuts. I went for the poppy seeds. It was flaky, sweet, and the perfect mid-morning pick-me-up to help me carry on exploring the city. I walked around the corner and found myself right in the town square. If you walk through the arch of the old town hall, you'll find yourself in front of the very pink Primate's Palace. Be sure to turn back to face the old town hall to have a look at the beautiful tiles that line the roof. You can walk through the courtyard of Primate's Palace for free to have a nice up-close look at this building, which was originally built in 1781 and is now a music hall as well as the mayor's office. There's something that I'm really excited to head to that is only open on Saturdays, and today just happens to be Saturday. Every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m., the old market hall, originally built in 1910, is filled with local producers of everything from honey and sourdough bread to natural wine and artisan cheese. After wandering around the market, I headed to the other side of the old town to explore more. Along the way, I stopped to see one of the many famous bronze statues around the city. I also went past the beautiful National Theatre building and the Philharmonic before strolling along the tree-lined pedestrian street. Eventually, I found my way to the city's cathedral, St. Martin's Cathedral. The cathedral was originally completed in 1452 and is one of the oldest and largest churches in Bratislava. You can spot the 85-meter spire from almost anywhere in the city. Right next to St. Martin's, you can walk along the path along Bratislava's old city walls. From here, it's a 10-minute walk to the top of the hill to reach Bratislava Castle. It's completely free to walk around the grounds of the castle, including some beautiful gardens. But if you want to go into the museum that's housed in the castle, it currently costs 12 euros. From the hill where the castle is, I imagine on a clear day, the views are incredible. As you can see from the video, I was not there on a clear day. The fog added to the beauty of the castle, I thought, but it didn't make for great views over the Danube. So far, the historical center is really pedestrian friendly, loads of pedestrian streets, really walkable. You can see a lot in a short period of time, but I'm getting hungry, so let's have a nice healthy lunch. Lentil soup in a bread bowl that I can eat after. Really good. So nice. All fueled up, I was ready to keep exploring Bratislava. The next stop on my walking tour was to perhaps the most famous site in Bratislava, the Blue Church. The actual name of the Blue Church is the Church of St. Elizabeth, and it's an Art Nouveau Catholic church originally built between 1908 and 1913. Afterward, I headed back towards my hotel and stopped at the Presidential Palace on the way. It's officially called Grassalkovich Palace, and it is the residence of the President of the Slovak Republic. The palace has only been home to the president since 1996, but it was originally built in the 1860s. So I am staying at a little place I found on booking.com called Petit Dependance, and I'm pleasantly surprised. This room was so cheap. It was like 42 euros. There were more, even cheaper places available, but this one had some good reviews. It's really close to the city center. As soon as you walk out, you're like right by the presidential palace. But let me give you a quick tour of what you get for 42 euros. So you come into the room and you have a little mini fridge, a little bedside table, a single bed, comes with a towel. This is a huge closet for some strange reason, almost the size of the room. Next to the bed, you have quite a big desk with a kettle. We're loving that, so we can have coffee in the room. A TV, a big old window. Actually, it's a door, you can go out onto that balcony. The bathroom is not in the room, but this is all a private area. It's a little dark out here, but I have my own shower and toilet. So the room is here, and then to the left, you have the sink and shower. And then you come back out and over here with a door that is a little bit difficult to get into. You have this toilet separately. From most of the research that I did about beers around Bratislava and Slovakia in general, most of the information that I found out was that people tend to drink Czech beer, and you can even see it when you go past a lot of the bigger bars and restaurants. It's a lot of Pilsner or Kel. But there are two places right around here in the Old Town area that are trying to make it cool to drink Slovakian beer. So that's what we're gonna check out tonight. I started at Meshuge and had one of their locally brewed beers. The bar was pretty quiet and it felt a little bit more like a restaurant than a bar. So I headed to the next spot, which I will not attempt to pronounce. This place felt like a real brewery bar. The staff helped me choose one that suited my taste, and I sat and enjoyed it in a bustling bar atmosphere. Afterward, I headed for a dinner of traditional Slovak food, which is comforting and very filling. The next morning, I only had a couple of hours before it was time to leave. So I got up bright and early, found a great coffee spot, and walked towards the Danube to see some more of Bratislava. Bratislava seems like it would be really cool in the summertime because there's all these like riverside cafes and restaurants and like even little beaches and stuff. But obviously everything is closed, number one, because it's 9:30 in the morning, and number two, because it's November. So if you are visiting when it's a little bit clearer than it is on my trip, I highly recommend going up the UFO tower. It looks really cool, and the views from the top are supposed to be incredible, but can't even see it. So. Eventually, it was time to grab my bags from my hotel and head back towards the train station. 24 hours in Bratislava has been awesome. I'm so glad that I stopped here in between Vienna and Prague. I think 24 hours is a good amount of time here. You can see a lot without packing it in and feeling like you're rushed. I feel like I saw and did a lot here. I hope you enjoyed exploring Bratislava with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really supports my channel, and I will see you next time. Time to catch the train to Prague.